Hi Crafty friend, it's me, Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft, my world stands still. In this video, I'm going to show you a bunch of Christmas cards and also some fun wedding and birthday cards and a little bit of sympathy. I've been working away on some really fun cards, so let's just dive right in. Now, some of these cards I will show some kind of footage of putting them together for the Christmas ones because I did end up filming those. But some of these cards I made when I was on vacation and or when I was crafting to relieve a little bit of daily life stress because I've been setting up my kindergarten classroom, which has been so fun, but a lot of mental and physical effort, and I love card making to kind of use as an outlet. So here are 6 cards, and then we'll dive into the Christmas ones in a little bit here. But we have a fun family wedding coming up in October, so I figured I should have some cards on hand. So this gorgeous paper is from Spellbinders and Paper Rose. It is called Wedding Blooms. So what I got from this collection was the cut-aparts and the 6x6 paper collection. It's not a paper pad, it's just a couple papers actually. It's very smooth. You can see my light is reflecting on it. It has a lot of really intricate little scenes and some really heavy patterns, I would say. And I paired this with some cream cardstock, blue cardstock, and a BetterPress sentiment with some opal gems. So for the dimensions for the layers here, the cream is in a 2 size card base, and then the blue would be just 4 by 5 1/4. And then the small panel I just cut down to size by eyeballing it. I wanted to make sure that the car was in there and that the majority of the church was there. So it's just a little bit smaller than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Sorry, 4 by 5 1/4. So this collection was really fun to play with. I didn't grab all the little pieces, but I just got a couple things and it was easy to make some wedding cards. So there's this one. Oops, I can't show this one quite yet. Well, I have a wedding card that you will see in next month's videos, but I did pair it with some other stuff. So I guess we'll have to just wait on that one. But this one I thought was really fun. Like I said, the pattern paper was really just like packed with scenes, and so this one I thought was perfect for a little arch die. So the arch die I used was actually from LDRS Creative, which is a really fun company as well, and there's some nesting dies and that fit perfectly into the scene I wanted. It even followed the border of the little archway of the door here, so I thought that was really fun. And then To the Happy Couple is an older sentiment that I've had in my collection. Well, maybe not even older. I think that came out a couple months ago. So a newer collection. And I also used the opal gems on this card as well. And then on the background, I have a patterned kind of, you can see there's a embossing folder moment happening there. And that is new. That was from one of the Christmas collections called Home for the Holidays. That's the Argyle plaid one. And I just think it's a really fun pattern. It doesn't have to be for Christmas or really any holiday. It can be used for some fun backgrounds, and I thought that this wedding card was a good one for it. All right, let's get to the new release from Stampendous. This was really fun. This came out here in July. There's 4 different background stamps. I grabbed 3 of them. So I have the one that is called Streamers here, and it is a rubber stamp. So I ended up stamping with clear embossing ink on this background that was kind of an ombre watercolor background that I have from Hobby Lobby. And then I clear embossed it with clear embossing powder, and then just rubbed my black ink blender all over the background. So it was a little bit of like a ink resist moment there. And then I paired it with a BetterPress sentiment called Make a Wish. Now this one was kind of a nice little sympathy card, and I used some Distress Oxides. I used picked raspberry and seedless preserves, that's what it is, and Salty Ocean. And then I stamped on top with some black ink Okay, I was fully prepared to call these dandelions. No, they're not. This is what it's called.
Agapanthus.
Agapanthus. Thank you, Google, for that lovely pronunciation. But I just did a little bit of a silhouette with this one. And then I used the sentiment, "You're in my thoughts." And that is from Susan Tierney Coburn's Nature's Botanical Garden BetterPress sentiments. And I actually foiled this one with white opaque foil and black paper. If you're looking for a good black paper for foiling, I have a paper. Finally, I can tell you like a direct link to it too. So that is from Pajama Crafter Stamps. So I will have that linked in the description of this video. All right, one more from Stampendous. You can see the pretty shiny stamp on that one. This was the Floral Garden collection, the Floral Garden stamp. I just stamped some black ink with some clear embossing powder on top and just used one of those fun backgrounds again from Hobby Lobby. And then I took some fun DMC thread here and just popped a little black circle with a sentiment, "I will always stand by you," that I had previously pressed and cut out from June's BetterPress Club. So that was a really fun little sentiment. I think that it is kind of like an encouraging kind of card. All right, let's get Christmassy around here. I just had the most difficult time figuring out what I wanted to put on film, what I did not want to put on film. And so I just kept making cards, and like I said, I use card making as a form of stress relief. So I have been crafting away. So this first one that says "Sending Cheer." There's a lot going on this card. So let's just dive right in. Again, I had that Argyle plaid background on the black paper there. I'll pop a little video on the screen of me making it since I do have footage of that. Then for the sentiment, I did die cut out "Sending and Cheer," and that is from the Christmas Greetings die set. So that was a fun to do with black and white glitter paper. You can kind of see the light hitting it there. And then for all the florals, I took 2 of the poinsettia sprays, or poinsettia, however you want to call it. I call it a poinsettia. Anyway, I took 2 of those and just simply pieced them together to make a little bit of a surrounding area for my sentiment to kind of be nestled in. And I really like the way that it has turned out. And then instead of die cutting out little circles for the berries, I opted to do teeny rhinestones for the berries, and I love the added sparkle. This one is definitely going to go to someone special because I really do love this card. By the way, look out for a favorite if you're looking. All right, Pink Christmas. Yes, you heard me right. Pink Christmas. Can you tell I like that Argyle plaid embossing folder? I used it on a couple different things here. So this embossing folder is now working on a pink background, and I have the candy canes that are also from the homemade Home for Holidays collection. So this is candy canes and holly. They crisscross, and then you pop a little holly berry on top. And then you might see the really pretty rhinestones on there. Those are from the Home for the Holidays card kit. I had lots of extras, so I decided to use them on this card. Super fun and girly. I love non-traditional Christmas color cards. They're just really fun. Okay, now time for this Joy card. This was fun to make as well. It's a BetterPress plate, and it's a registration one. So if you need help with lining everything up, that's really fun. I saw my friend Melanie Smith do something really fun with this plate, so I will not spoil her surprise, but if you have not checked out her channel, make sure you do, and look for something with the Home for the Holidays collection, and she did something really, really cool with this, and I'm so very proud of her. Okay, now this one, I pulled in the copper plate sentiments from Paul Antonio, which He is a beautiful calligraphist. I think that's how you say it. He does calligraphy work. And he came out with 8 copper plate, which is the BetterPress. And you can glimmer and BetterPress. So on this one, I glimmered. And oh, look at how pretty that red is. I will quickly grab the name of that glimmer foil here as I speak, but the red glimmer foil is really, really pretty because it has these little tiny little stars in it. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up, but this glimmer pack, well, this glimmer foil, the red one, is from the Christmas Sparkle Variety Pack, and it has a red sparkle as well. So let's quick grab the name of that. That would probably be the Sparkle Red. Wow. Thought it was going to be way more complicated than that, but Sparkle Red. And then on this one, I did add a little bit of a Christmas tree there. That is from the Saint Nick die. So he could hold a tree, a star, a snowflake. It just kind of depends on what you're thinking. But I just pulled out the tree and made kind of a simple background with a little snowbank here. And then I used a fun textured die for the background. This one is called Starshine Background. It has teeny tiny little holes and it looks like little stars. So I really do like the way that that background turned out. Very quilted. To me, it looks very quilted. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay. So I was watercoloring on vacation and some crazy things happened with my watercolors. I played so much with these. So here's my biggest one, my 5x7 nativity. This was so fun to color. I used the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils and some water to make this whole background. I can't believe that I started with a white piece of paper. So this was called Christmas Gospel from the BetterPress plate. It has this nativity scene down here, and then it has this scripture verse. So I ended up taking the verse and glimmering it with that beautiful black cardstock and some gold foil. And then I ended up just putting it right on top. But this was so simple and elegant. I love the nativity scene. I love the Holy Family. I think that this was a really great Christmas plate for them to come out with. This one is completely glimmered. There's a gold nativity area, and then I used a silver for the verse. And then if you can kind of peek here, you can see I used the Christmas floral plate on the back for this one, just as a really fun pattern paper to go behind the clean and simple look of the nativity card. So I really love this plate. Now on this one, I did pull in a little bit more of the deeper toned hues from the Alta New watercolor set. So this definitely has some darker tones, especially around the sky area and by the mountains. So this definitely gives a little bit of a different look, but I just think that this was a very great plate for them to come out with. All right, moving along, I did another one with these really fun sentiments like I used here, but I chose to do 4 to really fill up the space. So that was with those sentiments, and then I also pulled in the night and day. Well, I used the day one, the day pines. So there's the one called night pines and day pines. And the difference is they're just opposite of where they're pressing. So this is the day one. So the ink goes on where the tree is. The night one puts the ink everywhere that the tree is not. So it just kind of gives the opposite effect. So that's kind of cute. And then I used a die cut out from the Bayfair rectangles. I've been obsessed with those rectangles, using them for so many different cards. I think I used them on these as well, but I just forgot to say that. So there's that rectangle. And then from that same die set, I used the larger die to cut out what looks kind of like a little postage stamp on this one. And then I used the Mary BetterPress, well, it's called Color Mix Mary. the Merry BetterPress plate, and then I used a Glimmer Sentiment Merry and Bright just to give a little fun, flashy kind of sentiment, and then I popped on a rose wax seal, which I thought was kind of funky. Again, blue Christmas. It does not have to be red and green. I love something a little different every once in a while. The fun part about this BetterPress plate is it comes with a few different sentiments. So you can have Merry, and then there's a BetterPress sentiment that is Merry Christmas from all of us, Merry and Bright, Merry wishes to you and yours. So there's some options there. Okay, let's go back to the copper plate collection because that was a fun one to play with. So there is 7 plates that are kind of like these large scripty statements, and then there is a to and from little tag situation. So it's called copper plate gift tag. So there are some press plates there for to and from, and then there's also this little holly that you can press out as well. And then there is a die, so you can die cut out the holly or you can die cut out a tag, and I ended up glimmering with the copper plate. Look how pretty that gold is on this green paper. I just really love green and gold together. I know it kind of reminds me of Packers colors, but if you know, you know. And then I did put the poinsettias from the poinsettia spray. I popped some of those on here, and then I ended up using red rhinestones that were from last year's card kit, Christmas card kit that is. I can't believe I still have some gems left, but I do. And then I put a little bit of some string on there so I can either tie it onto a handle of a gift bag like so, or I would just put some double-sided adhesive on the back and then pop it on a present, and it can still have these cute strings. This twine I ended up getting from Target like 3 years ago, and I had in my collection. The roll is huge. Check out the size of this roll compared to most twine rolls that you get. I mean, it's like 5 times the size. So I don't think that I will be using that up anytime soon, but it does make for really cute tags. And I am going to be making some really fun gift tags next month using Pajama Crafter Stamps products, so stay tuned. Did anyone hear some reindeer feet? No, just me? Okay, well, I made these 2 St. Nicholas's magnets. Yes, magnets. I think these are so fun. I love making magnets now. This is kind of my new favorite little thing to do. But when I saw this St. Nicholas die, I knew that I wanted to make some for gifts. So I'm probably going to either give these to my students, send them to nieces and nephews on St. Nicholas's feast day, or around Christmas time. I really don't know. So I'm Catholic. I celebrate St. Nicholas's feast day. It is on December 6th. So I will probably have to remind myself to send these little guys out before December starts, because I probably will forget, and then it's always like on December 4th that I remember. But the mail. I'm getting way off track. Anyway, I'm excited that I have the St. Nicholas die in my collection. It is a really, really big die. When you put it together correctly, it's about 6 inches tall. I did see several people, though, taking their scissors and cutting just under his arm area here, and then bringing down the head and beard and tree, so it will fit on an A2 size card that way. But as it is now, it will be a little bit too large for that. So if you want to get chopping and make him a little shorter, he will fit on an A2 size card. But because I did not really feel like cutting, and I wanted to use a big BetterPress sentiment, I chose to do a really big 5x7 Christmas card. I think this is one of my favorite Christmas cards that I've made this year. Of course, there's these 2 as well. These are kind of like my favorites as well. But this one was so fun because of the big glimmered BetterPress sentiment on there. I have this cute sleigh with glitter paper. I have St. Nicholas here. If I would have been thinking, I would have turned him into a magnet that he would have been removable from the card, you know, next time. But I think that 5x7 Christmas cards are kind of fun and definitely a wow factor. So I would definitely send these to someone who would maybe treasure and appreciate the card more than just a little here and there moment. Now, honorable mention from recent collections or pieces that I have not turned into cards yet. The confetti. Oh, now this sprinkled confetti was from the Home for the Holidays collection as well. I really, really like this. Look how fun this is. And again, this is with that black glimmer paper from Pajama Crafter Stamps. Look how well it foiled. It's just gorgeous. I did end up making a card with this paper with the white glimmer because I used that on my BetterPress Babes, a live event that I did with Melanie this month. I'll pop a picture on the screen because I cannot seem to find it here in my craft room as I'm doing this voiceover, but I also used the Dashing Through the Snow, which is that deer BetterPress plate as well. So that has been really a cute one. I love white-tailed deers. I think deers. And I think that they are just like so silly and cute. So I love a deer moment. There's actually another deer product that's coming out to Spellbinders next month. You can check that out in the coming soon section. And it's in the Dancing Christmas and Friends. It also has some birch trees. So always check out that coming soon section. I tell you, it's exciting and it gets you kind of pumped for the next month. Speaking of next month, Advent calendars are coming. So if you don't know what the Spellbinders Advent calendar is, there's actually two. So if you're a stitcher, there's the 12 Days of Stitchmas Advent Calendar, where you get 12 holiday-themed stitching dies. So I did a playlist. I did unboxing for that on my channel last year. So every day is something different you can open up. So this year there'll be different dies, but the same idea that you get 12 stitching dies in that Advent calendar. And then there's also a regular Advent calendar. So if you're not interested in stitching per se, there's one called the Crafty Advent calendar. And that has 24 days of items. There will be 14 dies, 3 clear stamps, 2 stencils, 2 embossing folder strips. So those are the skinny ones. They are perfect to use with your Scout machine, by the way. And then 3 sequin packs. So that right now is going to be for sale very, very soon. I am so excited to open up all the windows. Every time I open up a window, I wonder what it is. I kind of speculate like, based on the size of the door, I wonder if it will be a stamp or a sequin. You know, depending on the size of the door, it depends. But those are going for sale on August 20th. So mark your calendars. They might sell out, so make sure that you grab those on August 20th. You heard it here, August 20th. Advent calendars are going for sale. Speaking of Advent calendars, since this is kind of an update video anyway, I'm just going to chat about another Advent calendar that I was excited to hear about. But I have never had the Pink and Main Advent calendar, but I did pre-order my Pink and Main Advent calendar. So they aren't for sale on the website anymore. I don't know, maybe they'll put them back up again, but that will be coming on my channel too in December, which seems like it's a long ways away, but blink a few more times and we will be in the Christmas time. Anyway, if you have any questions about anything I've shown or anything at all, really, I would love to help you with crafting. So comment down below, comment your favorite card. I think that I have a tie between the 5x7 Nativity, the 5x7 St. Nicholas, and then the Sending Cheer. Those three are really good ones in my book. But I also really like this wedding card with the BetterPress sentiment on it. So let me know your favorite, and we will see you next month. I am heading off to go work on clubs now that I am done with this video. So get excited for next month's clubs. I will be showing the DIY shaker window tutorial in that club video that I am putting out this next month in August. So stay tuned. I just will give you a heads up. I am obsessed with the 3D embossing folder for August. It's a good one, and you're going to like it. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, goodbye, crafty friend. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.